huntingfishing.com here on iHeartMedia and, Fox Sports. Okay, Doug is with me. As always, he's hanging out at the Dairy Queen, but he has done a lengthy newsletter this week. He's got some good stuff in there. First of all, he highlighted the guest on the show. We just cleaned up with Greg Kruger, Fishing with Gary Semp. He's a local bass guide. Greg is one of the owners of Arizona Bass Junkies. And we had a little chat with Captain Bill from Malahini Sport Fishing. The good news there, Doug, is they brought a new boat to them. It's a boat that's been over there on the West Coast for a long time. It's the Horizon. I fished albacore off that boat a long time ago. We dove off of it because they quit fishing, converted to dive. Now it's back to fishing, and Bill has got that online. It's I think his first trip is in June, but this is a day and a half, 2-day, 3-day, 4-day trip boat. Great boat. It's got galley seating, Doug, for 30, berthing for 40. It has 8 private staterooms, 10-ton fish hold, which is huge. Great big bait tank. I don't know how many scoops it can take, but it's pretty big. So, great boat, great crew, great operators. Captain Bill and his partner, good guys. Know them both. So, anyway, if you guys are interested in that boat, that would be MalahiniSportFishing.com. So just click on that. While you're at it, if you don't want a day and a half, 2-day trip, you can take a 3/4 or full day on the Malahini boat. So back to you, Doug. What else do you got?
Well, I'll tell you what. Big news in Arizona regarding Mexican wolf numbers, which the numbers have soared past 200.
Are you going to do that today to me, really?
Yeah.
Just a moment. I'll be right back. I am going to go get my soapbox. Oh.
Well, the U.S. Fish and Wildlife Service reported these numbers.
Yeah, well, that's a stand-up group. Wink, wink.
Yeah, that's why I mentioned them, Don. At any rate, that's the news across Arizona. Anyway, I don't know what's going on in the other states. I know Colorado's been fighting wolves for quite a while.
Okay.
And the CBD is involved with that.
Yeah. Well, they got their fingers in a lot of pies. Some good, most of them not.
Do, yeah.
Okay, so we the Arizona Game and Fish Department and the NGOs, the wildlife conservation groups, against my better judgment, agreed to support the department and the Fish and Wildlife Service, and I got some issues with them, and I'll share that with you briefly, to support a total population of 325 to 350 wolves split in Arizona and New Mexico. Mm-hmm. Okay, that was the initial agreement. But I have rescinded my support for these wolves based on the Fish and Wildlife keeps moving the goalposts. They've modified the 10J experimental and the 10J rule, and they're moving to get more wolves, cross-fostered wolves in the wild, and all the while the depredation numbers are going up on cattle. The wildlife groups, we're putting millions of dollars on the ground through habitat enhancement programs through the HPC and LRP and stuff like that. And anyway, what's happening, we are setting the buffet table for these damn wolves. They're chewing on elk, deer, everything else is out there. They're eating it. And when that doesn't happen, they're out there chewing on cows. And there's legislation in order to bolster. Look, this isn't paying for depredated livestock isn't the responsibility of Arizona taxpayers. That belongs to the Fish and Wildlife Service. They did it. They want the damn wolves there. pay for the damage that they're doing. Well, now I don't remember what the number is, but it is a big number to pay for the livestock these guys are chewing on. So, I don't know that Mr. McGee, Brady McGee, Bobby McGee, whatever it is, talks about the milestone in the making from the U.S. Fish and Wildlife Mexican Wolf Recovery Coordination Team. This is just crazy. They're trying to get 100 or 90% of wolf recovery in 10% or less in their historic home range. They need to take these damn things to Mexico and do it down there. That's where they came from. That's where they lived. And to my knowledge right there, there's like 5 or 6 wolves. They keep putting wolves down in Mexico, and the Mexican farmers keep popping them. Well, good for them. We don't need them. And to your point, in Colorado, they want to bring the Mexican not the Mexican wolves, but the big gray wolves into Colorado. What the hell do they think they're going to do in Colorado? They're going to eat everything in sight like they've done in every other place. The moose population in the northern half of the United States is relegated to the largest moose population is in Utah. What is wrong with that number? Oh, my God. The thing that's wrong, if you don't have a brain in your head and you live in a closet, here's the math. They ate everything else. It's gone. Stop it. I'm telling you, there's going to be hell to pay if these Mexican gray wolves go across the I-40 into the Kaibab Plateau. We've got a one-of-a-kind mule deer population up there. The DNA and the gene pool. We grow big deers up there. They're awesome. They're great to look at. They're great to hunt. It's part of Arizona. Those wolves will take care of that one way or another, especially if they get the big great timber wolves. What's going to happen? The Fish and Wildlife Service and the Arizona Game and Fish Department are going to make criminals out of sportsmen. I'll tell you this. The hardest thing I've had to do as a sportsman, I put the crosshairs on what I thought was a big fuzzy coyote. It wasn't. It was a Mexican gray wolf.
They look a lot alike.
Well, at 100 yards, you got to look at them real close, and I did the real close look before I pulled the trigger, which I didn't. I didn't shoot that wolf. I passed. I put the rifle down, jacked a round out, got in the truck, and moved on before I, committed a felony and shot one of their beloved damn wolves. So, anyway, thanks for getting me on my soapbox. I appreciate that. Thank you, Doug.
Yeah, no problem. Hey, we're going to move on. There's quite a bit in this newsletter. Yeah. We won't hit on everything, just a few items. In Nevada, they are looking for a deer poacher, and they have a $1,000 reward for that. You can click the link and get the information. Some good videos, I thought, fishing with jigs, and one on sawguy fishing. We also had an article on fishing for what they call the super perch. Obviously, we're talking big, 3-pounder, something like that.
Awesome.
But we will say, hey, in Louisiana, Robert Rush caught a 15.36-pound bucket mouth. Big fish. It was one of the top 10 for in that state. It wasn't the record, but it's big fish. Holy smokes. Some information on fishing for smallmouth. Kind of nice. They give you all the lures they use and how to fish them, et cetera, et cetera. And that's not me. That's somebody I pick up on. Let's see. Lutkemeyer.
Hey, wait. I'm looking at this, and they missed. I'm not going to dispute what they're saying. The crankbaits are good. The lipless are good. The jerkbaits even better. And they talk about spinner baits. We'll pass on that.
I got a Zara Spook up there.
Yeah.
I see the Zara Spook.
Well, yeah, they got a spook up there in Excalibur, and I don't know what that clear one is, but yeah, those are good. But the big one that they missed is an inline spinner.
Well, they only showed 3 out of the 5, and they do. Well, that's not an inline. They do have spinner baits there.
Well, yeah, I know, but yeah, I'd pitch the spinner baits
Yeah.
and throw an inline spinner. Absolutely, with
Yeah.
with a black dressed rear hook
Mm-hmm.
in black with red thread. So, anyway,
I had more fun up north in Canada fishing for smallmouth with a Zara spook.
oh yeah,
Oh man, that triggered a lot of action.
yeah.
Okay. News about some of the tournaments going on or coming up. We like to keep abreast of that if we can. Let's see. Now, here's the article you're going to get on your soapbox again. On the 22nd, Biden-Harris administration.
Listen,
announced
Doug, I
that
just put my soapbox away. Don't do this to me again.
Well, yeah, I got to tell the people that are listening. Any rate, he's pushing this wind energy thing, advancing offshore wind in the Gulf of Mexico. These are some of his proposals, expanding the federal-state offshore wind implementation partnership, and accelerating progress on floating offshore wind.
No.
I didn't quite understand that, but I don't think those platforms float. I don't know.
No,
Maybe they do.
No, they don't. They're becoming navigational hazards. They're interrupting. They're interrupting the continuity of the water column ecology and the ecology on the bottom. Commercial fishermen are already complaining. The shipping industry is already complaining, and I mean this is like, $1 trillion debacle that's supposed to have a certain amount of payback. Well, the payback, over 100 years is going to be less than 1%. The damage that it does to the ecology, and quite frankly, Doug, this is a big battle we've got going on right here. I haven't talked about it on the air. I haven't talked about it on YouTube, but here in Arizona, we've got the statistics of a long-term study on the effects of wind power, solar power, and the damming thing on the solar end of it is it's all going to another state. It's trash and very valuable multi-use land, and they've done it with. You've been here. We've gone to California together. You've seen the wind farms, the solar farms that.
Oh yeah.
That they put up. It's just insane. And then this left green movement keeps getting worse. They're talking about ED, electric vehicles and this and that. They have no clue how much diesel fuel. I'm just look at one thing. How much diesel fuel and carbon footprint does it take to make a damn battery? They don't have a clue. So
I've read up on that too.
Okay.
It's bad news.
So here's the deal. Here's how stupid these people are. You want to take away diesel? Fine. You don't have any more damn batteries. So get your horse out. Oh, you can't have a horse because he farts, and puts pollutants in the air. You're back to walking. Stupid is as stupid does.
That's very true, Don. Very true. All right, let's move on a little bit. There was a luxury yacht that was grounded off the coast of Maui, and the owner's being penalized $460,000 salvage costs.
Uh-oh.
Unbelievable. How we got that close, I don't know. Who knows?
94-footer. Was there alcohol involved?
Well, that might be that might be the case. Just don't know.
There's nothing there to expand that, is there?
No,
Okay.
I don't have a link. That would
Yeah, it would be interesting to read the Coast Guard investigation. I'll bet $1 to a donut or a whole box of donuts that there's drugs or alcohol involved in that little debacle.
Wouldn't surprise me one bit. Now, here's another soapbox thing. Just cool your jets for a second. There is indication that the tuna species may decrease due to climate change.
What?
I don't know. This was a study. I forget who did this. It was taking a real quick look here.
Smells like Noah.
Jeez. Globe. Oh no, that's not it. I don't know. I'm constantly knows that. It was an independent study, I believe.
I think this came out of Spain.
I don't remember. I
Global
read the article.
and planetary change.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, smells more. It's more like green minutia to me.
Yeah. No, I wouldn't probably about. I can't. You can always think about the things that would impact a statement like that and who's doing it. But there's a plethora of them out there that would be involved with something like this, just to get the public's attention. At any rate, here's our friends at CBD threatening that lawsuit on wolves.
Good.
I won't say any more about it then, but the taxpayers are paying for this. Gosh, to do the contributions, unbelievable.
Yeah. Well, I want to get. I want to make one more shot on this tuna thing. We have participated on the West Coast. NOAA did a study. Size of tunas, a bluefin specifically, being caught, and they were proven to be absolutely wrong. This particular study that you're referring to suggests that the analyzed stocks are projected to decrease